Hey everybody, I think we're on. We had a few little technical difficulties here, getting it all dialed in. I guess we are on. Good. So, gosh, how is everybody doing? We're here in Nashville. We've been kind of hunkered down, my family and I, and we're just so glad to. We're just thankful to be here with you guys tonight. And we're on StreamYard, so I'm not going to be able to really see our comments or anything, but we're going to kind of go back when we're done and talk about the stuff, and I can kind of make some comments to people. So I can't see who's on or who's not on or anything like that. So it's kind of a lonesome concert. But we we might have some people stop in. It'll be safe, don't worry. So anyway, thank you so much for joining Songs from Home with Songwriting with Soldiers. Those of you that know me know that Songwriting with Soldiers have really been a huge part of my life since 2012, and really before that, 2011. But it's you know, I've written over 100 songs with soldiers and their families, and that's through Songwriting with Soldiers. And we have a bunch of other writers that are amazing artists and writers that are part of this program that was founded by Darden Smith and Mary Judd. And those of you guys might know Darden. I know a lot of people, you know, a lot of you folks know Darden and Mary. They're amazing. And Darden brought his songwriting and creativity and his Be an Artist program and created this program. And Mary is amazing. She's incredibly creative. She's an expert in positive psychology, and she's an artist and all kinds of stuff. But they brought this thing together and created this Songwriting with Soldiers family, and it's really a unique family. And I'm so blessed to be a part of it. And I just you know, one of the things that we do, we have retreats, and we do retreats all over the country. And I mean, from Arizona. Let's see, where do we do them? We do them Arizona, Colorado, Austin, New York, Virginia at Boulder Crest, which I'll talk about in just a little bit. But it's really some amazing work that gets done, and just so glad to be a part of it. But at these retreats, we do these retreats for like 3 days, and I know some of you know about the retreats. Obviously, you've been through them. Some of you on here, but they're pretty amazing. They're 3 days, and they're pretty intense. But we've got there's songwriting sessions, and then we have concerts at the end of the nights when we write the songs with the soldiers, the veterans, or their families. And it's always in a beautiful place, and there's always great food, and it's not just songwriting. There's meditation and yoga and strengths workshops and happiness workshops. So it's this really comprehensive 3 days, and some magic happens when a songwriter, because they pair professional songwriters with folks in the military, and just some incredibly amazing stories come out of it. And we're all the writers that get to do it. It's really our favorite thing to do. And so I think I'm going to start out with this one. I kind of want to show you one of the cool things about going through the Songwriting with Soldiers program is that at the end they send these amazing books, and I have a stack of books. I'm so proud of them. I have a huge stack of books, and they're really amazing. There's photos from award-winning photographers, and all the participants. You can see this, but all the participants get them, and they have all the song lyrics, and it's really pretty amazing. And there's also, they get videotaped, and we record the songs as we go. So they get the songs recorded at the end of the day, and they get a videotape. So of the final concert. So it's pretty comprehensive, and it's really great able to kind of go back through these books. But I was going to show you this is a song that I wrote with this cup here, and it's I don't know if you can kind of see him right here, but Ryan Birdsall and Christina Birdsall. and he's a Marine, and he came into Songwriting with Soldiers, and we sit down and we have conversations. That's all we really do, and these are their words, and we move them around, and it's a puzzle, and excuse me, we move them around, and we put melody to them and chords and that whole thing, but it's really their words. And one of the things that all the writers talk about this, it's really kind of amazing, because we only have 2 hours to write these songs, and you get a lot of information in that 2-hour time slot, a lot. And excuse me, got a little hair in my throat. I apologize. But it's really a gift to be able to sit down with couples, because you can help kind of bridge the gap in certain places, and they can kind of go places that they may not have thought that they could go. So that's really an amazing thing that I feel fortunate to be able to do. But when we were talking to Ryan, and Christina was sitting there, and she was looking at him, and he didn't want to. I can tell he didn't want to talk a whole heck of a lot. But we started talking, and started breaking out the guitar, and started visiting. And one of the big things with him is that we started talking about music. And he was a Marine, and we started talking about the song Taps, and he said, man, he goes, if you could actually feel a song, it would have to be Taps. And I said, I know that is an incredible melody, and it's powerful. But he had a whole, he's he didn't know if he could go through another funeral of one of his buddies, and they play that after the 21 gun salute. After the last shot, they play Taps. So that song really means a lot to him, and I know it means a lot to a lot of people. And we just kind of kept coming back to that song, and he said, I know one of the kind of the bittersweet things about it is that I know when that song plays, that God is listening, but He's listening in good company, because all my buddies are there. So again, these are in His words, and I'll just play it for you now. It's called Good Company. That flag should be flowing in the breeze, not folded at my knees. They buried another piece of me. Every time I hear that melody echoing, and angels get their wings, it feels like I know half the names on this wall. I can't believe they're gone. My heart can't take that 21 going off. The pain's just too strong. Then a magnet pulling tears and chill bumps out of me. All the beers and laughs and memories come rushing back, so bittersweet. It's bittersweet knowing God's listening in good company. If you could feel a song, if it was a living thing you could lay your hands upon, it's gotta be the one, playing as the smoke rises from those guns, echoing as angels get their wings. It feels like I know half the names on that wall. I can't believe they're gone. My heart can't take that 21 going off. The pain is just too strong. Then a magnet pulling tears and chill bumps out of me. All the beers and laughs, memories come rushing back, so bittersweet. It's bittersweet knowing God's listening. Good company, good company, good company. But honestly, it feels like it's a magnet pulling tears and chew bumps out of me. All the beers and laughs and memories come rushing back, so bittersweet. It's bittersweet knowing God's listening, knowing God's listening. Good company. Yeah, gosh, just playing those songs, it just brings back memories of sitting there and playing with those folks and all the other riders at the rounds. And get my chair situated over here a little bit. Oh, yeah. So we want to make sure. Hey, y'all, how's the audio back there? Let me know if it's all right. I guess when it goes out to Facebook, it could get a little squirrely. But anyway, I'll back up a little bit. So we're so glad to have you all here. Thank you for showing up and letting us play you some songs tonight. We're I'm pulling up this song. You know, this next song was one of the first retreats we did. It was actually, I think it was 2012, and I wrote it with my buddy Radney Foster, and we sat down with Kimberly and Estacio Obregon, and they were this amazing couple, and he was talking about when he was deployed. One of the things that they would do is they would sit and look at the stars and in hopes that, you know, they'd be looking at the same stars, and it was kind of their connection to home, and it was a beautiful thing. And you know, there's not much that you can talk about when you're in harm's way and when you're overseas, and you can't give information. So there's, you know, when you get on the phone, it's just nice to just hear their voice, you know. And it's simple. It's just it's about looking at the sky, and it's about hope and just communicating. And you know, it's just in hopes that they're looking at your loved ones or looking at the same stars. It's kind of a simple sentiment, but it's incredibly beautiful. And that's what you know. It's interesting because we found that a lot. We found that out a lot is when you're writing songs with soldiers and people in the military. They have a real distinct way of saying things, and it's with a minimal amount of words, and it's very powerful stuff, and it just so happens that that's perfect for writing songs. That's what you want. I mean, you know, you can't listen to a song that's 12 minutes long. So it's so yeah, it's when we were trying to figure out what songs to play for these shows. Just little stories kind of come back to you, and the melodies kind of haunt you, and you just figure out. But I haven't played these in a long time, but it's nice to get back to them. So this one's called Calling Home. Hey honey, it's me. I'm not sure where I am, but I'm alive and I'm okay. But before we're disconnected, I really need to say, I looked at our stars tonight, said I loved you when I said goodnight, and tomorrow I'm gonna say it all again. I miss you, baby, kiss the kiss. I don't know when, I don't know when, but I'm holding on tight to your voice till then. And while I'm gone, I'm hanging on to calling home. Do you know how much I love the sound of your voice? It's not long now, I'm counting the days. I can't wait to hold you in my arms. By the way, I looked at our stars tonight, said I love you and I said goodnight, and tomorrow I'm gonna say it all again. I miss you, baby, kiss the kids. I don't know when, I don't know when, but I'm holding tight to the sound of your voice till then. And while I'm gone, I'm hanging on to calling home. Baby, keep talking till our time is through. Don't dare say goodbye, I'll be home soon. I don't know when, I don't know when, that I'm gonna see you again, but I'm holding tight to the sound of your voice till then. And while I'm gone, hanging on to calling home. Calling home. Calling home. Oh, it's funny. It's kind of like I kind of feel like Mr. Rogers. I don't have anybody kind of coming back. I don't hear any interaction. Mr. Rogers is awesome, by the way. Oh my gosh. I need to kind of throw my little cardigan on. He had books. Oh my gosh, we could have talked about books. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to show this. So this was the book from Calling Home. There's my man Darden right there. He's giving a hug. He's good at giving hugs. He's got his guitar as always. About to play a sweet song, maybe Angel Flight. And so this is Kim and EJ right here. Right there. I don't know if you can kind of see him. Can you see him okay? Boom, boom. That's it. So, but these again, these are such cool reminders. Like these, there's so many awesome photographs in here of all these of the entire retreat, and it's such a special thing because I mean they're all award-winning, amazing photographers that come to these retreats, and we've grown to be really good friends with a lot of them and with all of them, and we're close to all of them, and we just love hanging out with them, and I mean they bring so much to the table, and they stay. You know, when you're sitting there talking about these songs and I mean getting to these songs, I mean there's some treacherous territory that we get into. I mean it's talk about some very very tough things. So the photographers are so amazing because they come in and they're real conscientious of what's going on, and they'll look at the writer or the soldier, and if they're sensing that it's getting a little, like we're getting a little heavy, they'll back out, but they're just such pros and so amazing. Let me see on that one. I think it was that Ken O'Brien. Let's see. I believe. Oh, this was Andy Dunaway and Sean Mathis on this one. So that was amazing. And let's see here. What are we gonna do here? Let's see. So I'll do this one. So Songwriting with Soldiers has a great partner, really great partner, and it's Boulder Crest. And Boulder Crest is a retreat center that there's two facilities. There's one in Virginia and there's one in Tucson. And they're incredible facilities. They're beautiful and have an amazing group of people that work there. And Songwriting with Soldiers goes there, and we do our retreats. We do some of our retreats there. But Ken Falk, he's this incredibly generous, amazing guy that started Boulder Crest, and they have an incredible, like I said, they have an incredible crew of guys. There's Dusty, and we've got Dusty, Josh, Paul, and a number of guys, everyone there, and they always have amazing food. But one of the things that they do, we go there and we do this program, and we do our retreats there sometimes. But they also have this program called the Path Program, and the Path Program is unbelievable. It's a 7-day, very intense program that has 18 months of follow-up. and these men and women get in there and they go through this intense program, and it's all about it's progressive alternative training and healing for heroes. That's what it is, and it's an amazing program, and they're all these guys are trained incredibly well and have an amazing heart for all this work, and it's all about gaining strength through adversity, and it's post-traumatic growth as opposed to post-traumatic stress that people like to label it as. But I'm not an expert in that. I just know that I see how these guys, these men and women, come out of there, and it's really unbelievable. They have this bonding with the group, with their group in Path, and it's really an amazing thing. But so what we do, there's a few of us that come in there right in the middle of the week, and like I'll fly out, and I'm gone for about 24 hours. Like I'll fly to Tucson, drive up to Sonoyta, Arizona, into the mountains. It's gorgeous. Or into Virginia, drive up there in the mountains. It's gorgeous again. And these guys or gals will be right in the thick of it. I mean, they'll be right in the middle of the program. There's a lot of open wounds. I mean, and it's territory that you got to navigate with kid gloves, and I love it. And you know, we go in there and I write a song with them, have dinner with them, and then write a song that night, get together with them, and for 2 hours I have 2 hours with them. We sit down, and there's 6 people, so you try to get a little slice of everybody in there, and it's difficult because you want to get a piece of. There's usually six people, so you know, and again they're in a state right there that a lot of things are starting to open up for them. So, but it's also a lot of hurt going on, and I again feel so fortunate to go in there right at that time, and I just try to help tell a piece of a story. You know, I always tell them, you know, I could write 100 songs with you, or with you. So this isn't going to be anybody's exact story, but it's going to be a sliver of everybody's story. So I'm going to play one called "I Miss Me Too," and this was the Boulder Crest in Virginia. We did one there, and I think this was a 2019. And this song is really about family. Like when you try to find a common theme with these guys and with the women as well. But this was a group of guys, an amazing group of guys, and you know, you're sitting talking to them for an hour before the song even starts because you want to figure out what is on their mind, what's going on, what's the common theme, and then they all really wanted to be better versions of themselves. That kept coming out in the conversation, and we just sit there and talk, and they all wanted to get back to kind of parts of who they were, and they want to be better. And one of them said they felt like they brought the war right in the front door, which is unfair. And they all said that. They all felt that way. So we were starting to kind of get somewhere. And then ultimately they felt like they were going through this program and meeting with the guys and feeling that camaraderie again. They were on their way back home, but they were also on their way back home to themselves. They were finding themselves. And they all lit up when somebody said, "Hey, my wife says, you know, she says she misses the old me. She misses me." And I said, "I miss me too." So as soon as he said that, I grabbed the guitar and I said, "What do you think, guys?" And they're like, "Yeah." So it was cool. But I'm not going to say any last names. But Dennis, Greg, Carl, Steven, Scott, and Sky. You guys, great job, man. Don't recognize me right now. There's a new man emerging somehow. I've been angry and broken and mean, but that's not the man I wanna be. Well, there's something changing in me. I wanna call up my family and tell them I'm coming home, taking off this mask I've had on. This smile's on the man you haven't seen in a while, and I'm on a path bringing my heart back to you. And I miss shock and the anger of war I carried in right to my front door. And I know that my family can see and sense all the trouble in me. But I'm coming home, taking off this mask I've had on. The smiles on the man you haven't seen in a while, and I'm on a path bringing my heart back to you. And I miss me too. Well, I can see a trail now through the trees. I can see happiness for you and me. 'Cause I'm coming home, taking off this mask I've had on. Your smile's on a man you haven't seen in a while, and I'm on a path bringing my heart back to you. Baby, I miss me too. I miss me too. And oh, baby, and I love you and all that you do, and I miss me too. There's a little that little piece at the end came that we wrote the song that night, go to sleep, come back the next morning in these path programs, and we have some breakfast, and I play the guys the song, and one of them said, "Hey, you got to put this at the very end. We got to say, and I love you at the end to his wife." And I said, "Are you kidding? It's your song." He goes, "Is that okay?" I said, "Yes, it's your song. We're doing it." And so we did it, and it was cool. So, but this that happened so fast. I mean, we have 2 hours to write the song. We, fly and do it the night before, have breakfast with everybody. And I bring some recording equipment, kind of similar, just basically kind of to what I have right here, and that's what we do. And all the writers that do it, I mean, they love it. It's like hanging on the edge of your seat because you don't know what to expect, but it's amazing because you can see once you tell that story and you hit that chorus. A lot of times when we're writing it and you hit that chorus at the end of that chorus or at the top of the chorus, they'll blow up out of their seat and go crazy. And so I was thinking it'd be really cool if I could get one of my favorite bands to come over and play. And actually, I made a call, and I think I got one of my favorite band to come over here. But don't worry, because we're safe but they're coming all the way. Hopefully they hear me right now. Coming all the way from down the hall, my sons, Christian and Brody. Maybe they're listening. Maybe they're not. Oh, it's so not an entrance. Oh, we need like a Jimmy Fallon entrance. Coming all the way from down the hall, CB30 boys. Hey, dudes.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Nothing.
Welcome to Facebook Live, everybody. So I figured these guys are always the ones doing the singing, and they have a band called CB30, and they're my boys, and I'm so proud of them. I could go on for days. Those of you who know me know about them, and they've known about them for a long time, and they're great boys, and I'm just fortunate to have them. My wife and Heather and I, and so I said, fellas, I need some harmonies on some of this stuff. So they said, well, let's do it. So we'll played it a couple times. We'll see. But let's see, this song. This was another Path song, and I got in one night. This is in Sonoyta, Arizona, and got in late one night. And it's that beautiful sunset. That place is magical. It's unbelievable there. And again, you walk in and these guys are right in the midst of some difficult stuff. And we started talking, and they all talking about how they're tired of living a lie. They felt like they're living a lie, and I didn't really understand what they were talking about. And then these are some big, tough guys. And one of them said, "Because man, I feel like a fake rose in a garden of roses." And I knew something was gonna happen when I heard that. I was like, coming from this tough guy, that is unbelievable. So I knew we were gonna start tapping into some stuff, and we did. And one of the guys said, "Tired of living a lie, tearing down the walls, kicking in the doors of this house of lies I built, so I won't feel the pain anymore." And it's like, and then a lot of them were talking about how they would rely, alcohol comes into play. That's just part of the deal, and that's no secret. And alcohol is coming into play with a lot of these guys, and they were all feeling it. They were all going through the path, but they were really starting to get connected. You can tell that they were just connecting with each other. They were hurt and they were feeling broken, but they were feeling getting put back together. And somebody said "reborn." I feel like I'm reborn, and that was absolutely the title of the song. And I kind of said it out loud to everybody. And this is one of them when we hit the chorus, they were all jumping up out of their seats, and it was like, yeah, that's the right thing. So, yeah, should we play a little bit?
Yeah.
All right, guys. 2, 3, 4. Felt like a fake rose in a garden of roses. Sure, I had a life, but I didn't own it. But I'm learning how to live a better way, feeling hopeful and more alive every day. And I'm reborn. I don't have to live a war anymore. I'm reborn, tearing down the walls, kicking in the doors of this house of lies I built, so I don't feel what I brought home. I'm not alone anymore. Yeah, I'm reborn. Reborn, yeah. I lost some real good friends that I'll never forget. What haunts me the most sometimes is the stolen respect. Well, late at night I'd wonder about the reasons I'm still here. Why it was them and not me, and it was whiskey and tears. Now I'm reborn. I don't have to live the war anymore. I'm reborn, tearing down the walls, kicking in the doors of this house of lies I built, so I won't feel the battle I brought home. I'm not alone anymore. Yeah, I'm reborn. Yeah, reborn. Now I'm not broken, and the fog is starting to clear. I can see the road open and I'm facing my fears. I'm on my way back home with a new life to live. Now I got a 3 to 5 to cover my 6. And I'm reborn. I don't have to live a war anymore. I'm reborn, tearing down the walls, kicking in the doors of this house of lies I built, so I won't feel the battle I brought home. I'm not alone anymore. Yeah, well, I don't need to settle the score. Yeah, I'm reborn. thanks, guys. Yeah, it's cool. So it's kind of different. Well, you guys are kind of used to doing this kind of thing and not having any audience interaction. And I know people might be posting. There may be 3 people on. I can't tell, but I think there's probably more than this.
How many? Yeah.
But it's
We can click over and see the comments if we wanted to.
Well, you know, I'm challenged. I can't.
You want me
do
to?
that. Well,
So
I
you can
think.
see people commenting.
Well, we could for just a second. We can just pop over there. You want to do it real quick? Pop over and say hi. Oh, geez, there's a bunch of people. What's up, everybody? There's Mary and Josh. Hey, guys.
You can keep it on there.
Johnny. And so fellas, so these boys, I'm super proud of them. But they've got a single coming out on what day?
Friday. It's called "We Are Right Now." It was a song we all wrote together with a guy named
cool.
Jimmy Robbins.
Yeah.
Been busy with that this week, but
They filmed a COVID video. They went like it was just the director and them out kind of by this huge lake called Dale Hollow and
social distancing while filming.
when is that coming out?
Friday.
That's cool. Well, these boys they're really good writers and they've been writing songs for a long time and they always want to hear the songs when I come home and when I come home from these retreats and you know they'll say, hey, Christian will say, hey, Dad, play me some of those songs you guys wrote, and it's cool to have, you know, guys that are inquisitive about it and that are always kind of studying and they know most of the people that you know pretty much everybody in the mix, lots of them. Yeah, well, oh gosh, this is they're all special songs, but this one was a different one. I've not had one like it. I had, you know, since, and I hadn't had one like it before, and it was I'll just kind of show you. It was in Boulder. It was at Boulder Crest in Sonoma, Arizona, and it was in 2018, and we were kind of getting finished with a lot of our stuff, and Mary, who's amazing at you know, kind of getting the feel of the room and figuring out who needs what. Well, she talked to these guys and John and Sean and Marcine, and they wanted to write a song for their fallen brother, and he was. And she said these guys really want to write a song coming from his perspective to his son, and he had an 18-month-old son, and their buddy was killed in action in Afghanistan, and it was Thomas McPherson, and he was a team leader, Delta Company, and Ranger Battalion, and he was this amazing guy, and they just didn't feel like it was right that little boy does not have some words from his dad, and I felt honored that they wanted to do it, and we carved out time because it was kind of it was an area where we didn't really have. I think we were like pressed for time or something, but we just knew, and Mary knew, and Darden, and it's like this has got to get written. You got to go write these with these guys, and I mean it was amazing. We started talking, and of course I have boys, and it's like, you know, it was just some powerful stuff, and I knew that. You know, he said that he liked to play baseball, and they were talking about he loved rockabilly music, and it was actually very easy to write because I just said, hey, what would he do in this situation? They said, oh, he'd do this. You know, he said, hey man, whenever, and again these are their words, and he was like, you know, we never got to talk about faith and life, and you know, and there was he's talking about girls, you know, how you got to treat girls and women, and we came up with this, and I sat and listened to him, and I wrote a bunch of stuff down, and this thing fell out, and it actually fell out pretty easy. It's one of those that just does. And are we doing up here? Yeah.
Good.
But it's a pretty special little song, and I'm you know, his son is a sweet boy, and I think his son's name is Braden, and his widow is Claudia, and so this is for them. It's your daddy, son. Yeah, I'm right here. I never went away. I'll always be near, and you can talk to me when you're feeling down, when your heart is hurting, or you're scared. I'll be around. We never got to talk about faith, life, or love, the good, the bad, and ugly. It's all a part of growing up. But we never got to play catch or charge the ball. Give your best, never start a fight, and don't back down. Sometimes you gotta walk away to stand your ground. And if your heart pounds to a rockabilly song, and your hair stands up when someone's being wrong, and you're wondering where all of that comes from, it's your daddy's son. And when it comes to girls, there's gonna be some drama, but don't forget to show respect, just like I did your mama. And when it comes to her, you gotta pour out those kisses. It's gotta be enough for both of us, for all the ones I'm missing. Always do your best, son, and I'm proud of you. Prove things to yourself, that's all you gotta do. We never got to play catch or charge the ball. Give your best, never start a fight, and don't back down. Sometimes you gotta walk away to stand your ground. And if your heart pounds to a rockabilly song, and your hair stands up when someone's being wrong, and you're wondering where all that comes from, it's your daddy's son. One day you'll search for meaning of what life has in store. The secret is finding something that's worth dying for. But we never got to play catch or charge the ball. Give your best, never start a fight, and don't back down. Sometimes you gotta walk away to stand your ground. And if your heart bounds to a rockabilly song, and your hair stands up when someone's being wrong, got the spirit of a warrior in the heart of a gentleman. You got the spirit of a warrior in the heart of a gentleman. Then you're your daddy's son. Your daddy's son. Your daddy's son. Ooh, man. Gosh. It's a, it's an honor and just such a blessing that that I get to sit here with my boys and do that. And it's that's why I just never forget, And I know this this country has such a great community of warriors and their families, but nobody will forget those guys. And those men and women, and I know that their families are close and they stick by each other, and I hope to meet Braden and Claudia someday and talk about it. PK, that's for you, buddy. Thank you. So, you guys want to do one more with me here?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Do you guys need anything? Do I need to make you like a really great dinner tonight?
No, I'll do this.
Clean your room, dude. By the way, let's go.
I know. It's on me.
So we're you know, we had one of our dear friends' mothers passed away, and our hearts go out to Lana and her family, and then my wife is over there right now, and so we're gonna see them shortly, but we have a new puppy, and we were all wondering when he's gonna crash this party. He could, like,
Mom actually just got here.
She did? I was wondering, because I was waiting for this dog to come, like, running in here, and he already bit. He literally already tried to kill American Idol. He bit through a cord. We were quarantined over my buddy Luke's place, and he bit one of the cords over there, and it was not pretty, and we were really, really nervous. We were sweating. We were so nervous about it. But let's see. Gosh, there's I'm gonna grab a book. Get some Mr. Rogers going on here. Well, all right. Bill.
Yeah, you can grab that.
Yeah.
And let's see. So this is special. We're doing this song because it's a very special night. This is so this was the book from a retreat in Virginia, and it was 2018, and I remember, I'm trying to find out who the photographer was on this. I'm gonna look because these photographs are awesome. We have so many great photographers, and somebody please post our photographers' names up there because I'm having I cannot remember right now because I've got too much on my mind. I think. But there's I'll find it. But this couple right here, I sat down with this couple, and they're Paul and Tina Bergeron right here. You can see them. Oh gosh, I'm off. But that's them right there. Boom, right here. And they're this great couple, and it just so happens to be their anniversary. So it's their anniversary, and happy anniversary. I think they may be watching. I think they are. I hope they are. Maybe they can check it out sometime. But you know, we play all these songs. You know, the night we write them, and then we record them and send them a version of it. And everybody's so comprehensive about it. Again, Songwriting with Soldiers is just so wonderful. Everybody in the organization. I mean, Kristen. I mean, it goes down the list. I mean, we have such amazing people working there, and if these songs move you, if you're kind of new to this, you know, if these songs move you, please look into songwritingwithsoldiers.org, and if you're feeling like you can give, and you know, we put on these retreats, and there's a lot of amazing work that gets done at these retreats, and follow up. There's a great community that gets built, and we're just so happy to be a happy anniversary. That's awesome. Yeah. So let's see. We'll get it. So what else, fellas? What else is going on with you guys since I saw you like 30 minutes ago? Who else came home? Anybody else come home I need to know about?
No.
Oh, so you know, we had this. This is kind of a cool. This is some fatherly advice. So if you ever get a chance, if you ever want to know what's going on in your kids' head and like what's going on in your kids' lives, cut their hair. Or by the way, because you know that he was kind of getting. They were all getting to the end of like they hadn't had haircuts in like a month or so or longer, and so I brought out the shaver, and you have him. And that's looking pretty good. Was that after Paul messed with it, or is that still mine?
Yeah. Yours was. I actually liked yours better.
Mine was looking pretty good. Well, thanks, buddy. I when I played football in college, I would always cut my the guys on the team's hair, just kind of. I might give it $5 or something, or $2 or for free, whatever. But I developed some certain skills.
Bill Albright was the photographer for that retreat.
Bill, awesome, Bill. Thanks, Mary. Bill Albright was, yeah, and I can look. Thank you so much. But it was great. So I sat and I was cutting Brody's hair, and we talked, and I really could have been done in about 15 minutes, but it took me 40 because I was digging more. I was like, oh, I gotta get this.
It really did take long, but
it took a long time. But it was fun though. I mean, I think it was fun. We had a good talk.
yeah.
You guys sing harmony on this one. I know kind of dropped this one on you, but it's Carry the Fight. So this is so yeah, when I sat down with Paul and Tina, he really wanted the biggest thing that kind of came out of it early on, and it's such a it's such a I'm so grateful to be able to sit with these couples, because I'm married, and so I can understand where they're coming from. A lot of times I'm a civilian, so these stories of war and stuff, although I've sat and I listened to hundreds of stories, and so I feel like I'm getting a better picture throughout the years of what it's like there. But I have a wife, and we've been happily married for a lot of years, and so I know what it takes for that, and they're married, and they were walking through it, walking through this whole thing. So he really wanted her to understand that he's got some demons inside, and that he's working through, and he needs her to walk beside him, and he's quiet, and he wanted her to understand that, like just the top of the thing. It says when I shut, top of the song, when I shut down, I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm trying to shield you from the dark side of my pain. And that just rolls. It's crazy because that stuff just rolls out of their mouths when you're sitting with them, and it's just, and you might have to, you got to put the puzzle together, and all the songwriters that do this, and they do such a great job of it, and we all go through the same thing, but this song is called "Carry the Fight," and he said, he really needed her to help him carry the fight, because it's really difficult for him to do it on his own, and Tina wanted to talk, and he shuts down a little bit, but he just, he wanted her to know how much he loves her and how much he needs her through this process of healing, coming back from war, and it goes like this. When I shut down, I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm trying to shield you from the dark side of my pain, 'cause it still runs wild after all these years. Anger, hurt, and bitterness still burning through my veins. So baby, just sit down and take my hand. There's just some things about your man that I don't understand myself. That's why I'm asking for your help. I want to be better for you, be the man I promised to, the one you thought you knew. Baby, you're my only light, and I need you now to carry the fight. Carry the fight, carry the fight. I've tried on my own, but it left me feeling hopeless. You put a warmth in my heart, and it's coming in focus. Our love is strong enough to fight these demons out of me, and your eyes are the mirror of my soul. Let's set it free. So baby, let's sit down and take my hand. There's just some things about your man that I don't understand myself. That's why I'm asking for your help. I want to be better for you, be the man I promised to, the one you thought you knew. Baby, you're my only light, and I need you now to help me carry the fight. Carry the fight, carry the fight, carry the fight, carry the fight, carry the fight. So baby, you sit down and take my hand. There's just some things about your man that I don't understand myself. That's why I'm asking for your help. I want to be better for you, be the man I promised to, the one you thought you knew. Baby, you're my only light, and I need you now, yeah, to carry the fight, carry the fight.
harmony there.
Oh gosh. All right. Well, hey, we thank you guys so much. I mean, it would if you'd like to support Songwriting with Soldiers, please go to songwritingwithsoldiers.org and look up, Boulder Crest Retreat 2. They are just so amazing. And Songwriting with Soldiers has been an incredible part of my life for a long time. And again, we've got so many songs. But if you want to hear some of the songs, you could go onto their website and you could pull up the different writers. Again, there's so many amazing writers. And in fact, Gary Burr and Georgia Middleman, who are amazing, and Gary has written a bunch of #1 songs, and Georgia's written a bunch of huge songs, and they're awesome. And they're playing. I think they're next Wednesday, June 3rd at 7 p.m. And I love them, and they're awesome. And then again, all these songwriters have a special heart for all this stuff, and they all do such a great job. And we just really appreciate you guys stopping by. We can read a couple of the hey guys, hey Gary, how are you? Kathy, there's Johnny, and there's Josh up there. There's Tina. Hey, sorry, I wasn't looking over there. We were kind of concentrating on our stuff. Thank you, and yes, Paul and I are watching. Oh, that's so cool. Well, that's good. Well, again, happy anniversary.
That's awesome.
And we appreciate it. And I appreciate the CB30 boys.
Thanks for letting us crash the set.
We really appreciate it. And
Thank you.
y'all take care and be safe out there. And we just really appreciate everything. And again, if you can, please, songwritingwithsoldiers.org, and we will see you next time. Come check out Georgia and Gary next week. All right. Thanks a bunch. Bye-bye.